who's willing to tell us what we did and didn't do wrong in
Most
those
definitely.
So,
either way, let's see if whatever time was enough, because Whale fought tooth and nail to get back into this fight with Mando. Mando, though, just needs 3 games to take it out.
Yeah.
Final Destination, solid setting, I think. We saw that Whale performed on the stage fairly well before, but Min Min plays just as well on this stage. There's no platforms to escape to. You got a ton of airspace, and you got 2 ledges. You make the most of that.
Yeah. I mean, FD's not a bad stage. It's definitely one of the more preferred stages for both these characters. But you really got to keep in mind, how are you going to approach it when a Min Min is just going to throw out moves left and right, whether they're in the air, whether they're grounded. She's just ready to throw out whatever they need. And now Isabelle has to really take advantage of those kind of moments. Whenever you see the Min Min off stage, just use your Nair, use your Pebbles, use anything you have in your arsenal. Just make them force a jump. Use their jump and just put them in a bad predicament that could potentially just take their stock, because Min Min's recovery, as I mentioned before, is not the best. All you got to do is make sure you get the right hit at the right time, and you're good. Oh, go for a down throw. Oh, interesting option right there. Would have expected like a down smash or something.
Down tilt at higher percentages is threatening kill. Like, especially with like Wayward DI, if the opponent's going to be expecting jab forward tilt or jab up smash, which we've seen Whale go for very often. One thing I do want Whale to be more careful of is the timing of these air dodges. Like, there's only so much you can do when it's the frame trap that Mondo's presenting, but like, you have to be wary. If one arm is coming and the other one isn't already out, like, Min Min is fishing for that interaction, and that is why Fishing Rod's not that reliable of a tool. Pulling Mando back on stage, but not doing anything with him. Mando has plenty of time to up smash and has a full stock lead regardless of Whale taking out that one right there.
Hey, it starts with 1 stock, man. All you gotta do is take 1, and you know you have a little bit of momentum on your side, and it seems to be going a little bit into Whale's favor now. He has racked up a little bit of damage, and right now he just really has to play his game. Really has to force some options. Bait and punish is the name of the game against a character like Min Min. You really want to force something? Megawatt. I mean, if he would have hold shield, that would have definitely been it for him, because that shield is looking really low. And that's things you got to keep in mind. Oh, I like the chase. But yeah, up smash out of shield. Min Min having the range and then having an up smash that is pretty quick. I mean,
like, honestly, like
in
practice, I look at it like a very traditional, like a wake-up DP in a fighting game. I look at it as, all right, get off me. Like, it's laggy, but it's going to uppercut. It's going to cover that airspace, and it's going to get someone off of you. Like, the fact that Min Min has that tool is just, honestly, dude, it's rude. It's like she covers the mid-space to long range immaculately. But having a reliable up-close tool, mind you, it's only 1. She only really has that because Nair isn't especially fast, and her jab's kind of garbage. But
she does have down tilt.
It's
good option as well. Not the fastest, but it's definitely a pretty fast option. Oh, have
yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. Megawatt to clean up late-end stocks is so good for Min Min, and it's going to be what's good for Mando.
And I really love the way he utilizes Megawatt. It's not like the first thing that he throws out. He throws out the dragon just to kind of force a frame trap situation. Because you're either going to shield, or you're going to spot dodge, or if you're in the air, you're going to air dodge. So the moment he throws out that move, the Megawatt is right there. And if you're sitting at a pretty decent percent, mid to high percent, that's lights out. And you've been seeing it pay off for Mando right here. Definitely paying off. I mean, this Min Min's no slouch. Definitely knows what they're doing.
Man, yo, Gabe, you know what's especially shitty for Whale here is that if the dragon is boosted, then it really doesn't matter which one comes out first in those high pressure situations, if it's the Megawatt or if it's the dragon, because it does almost as much knockback and has like a lot more reliable of follow-up because the enhanced dragon head deals more damage and knockback. The laser itself is huge hitbox in comparison to the regular one. Like, Whale has to be really careful of those grabs. And has to really watch these air dodges, dude. We're starting with a fresh 75 and counting. Mondo's already on the hunt for the kill. We just got here, and he just got it.
All right, man. I literally would have just turned off my console right there after what I just witnessed. I mean, that's me personally, but I respect the fight in Whale. He's definitely going to bring this out, and he can seal the stock as early as now. If he's able to just get these edge guards, he's just missing out on one hit. All it takes is one good hit. He's getting him off stage and pretty deep. Right now, he can get one good snipe. Not going to get him there. But yeah, I really do want to see Whale not be afraid to just go out there. He's doing a really good job now, making sure Min stays off stage as much as possible, and that's what we love to see. But now, he has to get the execution, the final execution. Do not allow Min.
Oh yeah, no. Like that. Yeah, no. Dragon boosted Nair. Even at 60, if you don't know you got to tech that, you're just done, man. I feel like people forget that Min's already dangerous. She's annoying and she's dangerous, which is a horrifying combination as it is. But when you also couple in the boost that she gets from getting grabbed, then you start dealing with some real DLC power. Like, people always love to goof on the DLC characters in Smash for just being ridiculous in some ways. And yeah, Min from a design perspective, kind of silly. Yeah. But after a grab, that's where the terror comes in. That's where the character is straight up killing you at 0 because you played the game just a little bit wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, despite Min's pretty sus, I should say, pretty sus mechanics and what they've given her, I mean, I feel like this character has a lot of disadvantages as well. Oh, right there.
Oh, yeah. Her roll from ledge, as shown there, is not the best. Her buttons in general are not very fast, and her movement beyond her grounded up B is fairly mediocre. It's really just the fact that she's able to so well cover so much space, both defensively and offensively, that like you're forced to respect her buttons.
Whale bringing this back, and I think he got it.
He's got it. He's got it.
Wow, that was a reverse 3-stop.
Very well performed from Whale, just realizing, just streamlining the game plan as much as possible, and I think Whale is starting to pick up on when to put out those projectiles, because earlier in that game too, we saw a ton in there. We saw Isabelle looked like a furry little Beyblade, like she was just not getting anything done. But later on, the projectile placements were really good from Whale, and it just takes a couple, like you said, in order to cap out the stocks on Min.
Yeah, man, the moment you get Min off stage, it doesn't matter what percentage they are, you really do want to take advantage of the moment they use their jump, how they recover. One thing you want to keep in mind is, what is the Min doing to recover? Are they using their jump? When do they use it? Are they recovering low? Are they trying to go high? What is it that they're doing so I can start implementing something different to my playstyle to just catch them off guard? And it paid off right there. It definitely paid off. Whale just really showed up. And that's what you love to see. Not only is the momentum on his side from after playing a brutal set against Rivers, but now he does have a little bit more confidence because he knows what he has to do against Min, and that's pressure her. The more you have her at the ledge, the more chances you have to get her off stage. Don't let her get you at the ledge. You make her go to ledge and just force her to play your game.
Now, I feel like it is a catch-22 when you have to fight Min, because as a character, she does like to fight out of the corner. Like, much like a lot of other zoners in Smash, she's perfectly fine with being at the ledge because it gives her a lot of space to swing out of, and as can be expected of how long her buttons are, she does need a bit of space in order to like get her game plan started. Oh, that shield looked minuscule, my man. That's enough of that. Yep, escape. Get out of there. That's what I want to see. That's the specific space. After both of the arms go out, there's this dead zone, practically like shaped around the noodle arms, where Min can't do anything. She's hard committed once one of those hands are out. She can't really retreat too far. She can't advance too far, and she does not have time to up smash until both of the arms are safely back. That space can be navigated so well by slower characters that even Isabelle's mediocre movement is enough to get in and get the job done.
Ooh. Just saving this jump right there, just enough to not to avoid just losing the stock right there. But yeah, like you mentioned before, I mean, good awareness right there, good spacing, gonna seal the stock there. And now back at even at 2 stocks, I really do want to notice. I mean, I feel like that's something that Whale has just caught on to, is noticing what exactly the dead zones are, as you mentioned before. Those dead spots are going to be a key factor as to whether or not, I mean, forcing Min to throw out attacks that may seem unsafe or just not the right decision to make. Like that. There was, I mean, Isabelle was nowhere to be seen, and he threw out both his arms.
Yeah, I
So
feel like now we see Mando kind of struggling here, and the downer is not. It's Isabelle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. With the rage, you kind of expect that could have potentially killed, especially because it's Isabelle. You know, she's pretty light, but in this case, didn't matter. Isabelle sitting pretty comfortably right now, and with the percent lead in their favor, I mean, we could see a stock being taken pretty soon. Oh, beautiful usage of the down air though, to avoid any cost of dying. Oh, this is not a position you want to be. If you are Isabelle, you don't have. What?
Yeah, man. Listen, unless you see Isabelle or Villager falling to their doom from running out of helium, they're fine. the animation of them losing their balloons actually pops them up significantly, and they have decent air drift. They're coming back. It's so dumb, but that's how it works.
And you gotta give them something. I mean, they're not the easiest characters to play with, so you know, giving them a little bit of leverage right there does pay off, as it did right there. And now Whale sitting pretty comfortably. I mean, he has no reason to approach. He wants to find the openings just like that, with kind of forcing options. One thing we're noticing is a lot of conditioning, so he's kind of forcing Mando to think that he's gonna jump, and sometimes he just short hops and gets not much out of it. Is this?
It's not an infinite per se. It's like a fake little infinite. So like, I don't mean to blow up Whale's spot here, but a lot of this jab stuff is not actually real. But that instance in particular, that was real. That ledge coverage, by the way, that's real.
That's beautiful.
Really good reactions from Whale. But one thing I do want to say is like, I forgot what they call. I think they call it the Wabel, where what it is you jab and then you micro step forward, just ever so slightly moving, and then jab again, and it's just enough hit stun and time between where Isabelle can just lock you in, just jab and jab and jab and jab. You can only do it against ledges. It's not like you just do it positioned anywhere. And you have to have very consistent micro stepping in order to keep it going. It's easier on platforms. It's especially easier if there's something blocking the way. For instance, like one of Steve's blocks or Villager's trees, for example. But regardless, it's free damage. And in a situation like that, I feel like Whale could have ended it out with jab forward tilt, but it was a wonky situation, and he managed to get the kill anyways with forward smash, so I can't ask for more.
Yep. I mean, now we're still going to go back down the city. This is Nimigan, and this is Mando's counter pick. I mean, like I said, both these characters really do benefit from the same stages for the same reasons. They do want to just maintain all that real estate and just play their game to their favor. The more room they have, the better they have to just get the setups that they want and just get this damage. He does not have a jump. Wow, just getting in the way. That was just great coverage right there from Whale. Honestly, I mean, this is definitely a different Whale we're seeing overall in just this set, because what we experienced in that Winter's Final set is, at this point, it's water under the bridge for Whale, because he's just popping off right now.
No, Whale's definitely feeling himself. I feel like he's recognized a lot of spaces where you just get to advance on Min Min. Like, Min Min is definitely a terrifying character. The character's absolutely not to be slept on. But I do feel like people tend to not talk about the character's disadvantages. And one thing you need to recognize is that every character has their faults. Min Min's is her speed. She can't really navigate the ground too effectively, so she has to cover that ground and she has to react to her opponent. Like they're fighting out of the corner, we see Mando manage to snap back with the up smash. A really good response, and now we can see how well he's going to come forward with this momentum.
Yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from both players, nonetheless. I mean, both players just not afraid to play at the ledge, and whoever gets the ledge control, you can expect them to just go aggressively and try to chase their opponent off stage. You're definitely seeing it coming out from Mando, just going in and just trying to force those options that we saw earlier from Game 1 and from the previous set that he had with Whale. So right now it's not really doing much favors for him, but you know, things can change in a heartbeat right now. It's anyone's game.
I swear to you, dude, every time I see these arms delay just a little bit on the balloons, I'm terrified. I'm so scared for Whale. I'm pretty sure, like, Enhanced Dragon Head and Megawatt are the ones to, like, be wary of, but, like, anything can happen. Oh, that was a great string of projectiles.
Seeing the megawatt come out pretty early. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, just like that, it's back out. Like Whale is on the hunt to end this as quick as possible and give us the bracket reset. But they're very slowly but steadily losing the stranglehold they had on this grand finals.
Oh, wow.
Kind of concerned for them. Mando seems to have found some steadier ground to stand on.
Yeah. I mean, definitely a different change of pace right now for Mando. Not being afraid to just throw out those arms whenever he finds the opportunity to do so. I love the switches. Like, from Ram back into Megawatt. Whenever he sees the Isabelle off stage, Ram comes out, hoping that he gets some sort of oh my goodness, that could have been horrendous.
Well, really could have done it to him there. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, no burst options. Burst options aplenty. We're a mess. We're a hot mess as we enter the reset grand finals. Well, bursting out with forward tilt is just enough to net the win 3-1, and so we get the reset count. Oh, that was some tasty spaghetti there, Gabe. That was a little rough to see, considering how dominant we've seen these players perform potentially. That one was a little rough.
Yeah, I mean, Whale definitely came out to play this time around from what we saw in the winners final side. So, good stuff to him. I really like to see this momentum continue on. Like I said, I mean, it's anybody's game at this point. If they both just continuously play their play style just like that, I mean, Town and City is the most neutral stage for both these players, if not FD. So, anything can happen. I'm really excited to see, what they do differently, what both players do differently, because now they have some form of idea of what to expect coming into this reset. So, yeah, like I said, anybody's game. Hopefully, if we don't see a change of scenery in Town City, then yeah, I mean.
Whale is playing really well right now, and I feel like that game 4 did give us notes of Mando figuring out what he needed to do to at least recompose himself. I do have hope for both players moving forward. I don't know if we're going to see a bloodbath like we did in winners finals at this point from one side or the other. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see us go into game 5. But moving into this, I do feel like Mando was beginning to pick themselves back up, and if we start to see the Min groove again, I'm not going to be too surprised.
3, 2,
Oh, Smashville? Definitely, it's not really one of the more optimal stage picks. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this stage pick.
No, this is a really good stage for Min. Like, Min is able to shark out the platform with short hop up airs, up tilts, and up smash really well with very little commitment. So, taking stage control, not the biggest deal in the world for Mando. Killing also, fighting just out from beneath the platform, there's a ton of space to be able to cover ledge and threaten kill.
Wow.
This stage is fantastic for Min, and Mando's already showing us with the beginning of this set.
I'm just really surprised that, the stage was actually allowed. That would have been one of the more optimal bands to go for if you are Whale, but, I mean...
If Whale didn't know, he better learn the hard way. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Whatever happens here, you still got a few more games to go about it. So just make the best of it now. I mean, definitely holding his own. Isabelle is not really known for. I mean, not really on the verge of playing in these kind of small stages. Down to one balloon.
Oh.
They're not gonna get a punish. Oh, well, I'm smashed.
All right, little punish. My dude cannot be pocketing out here. I mean, a little bit of invincibility, kind of nice, but you're not taking anything. That was just way too reckless of movement, though.
Respectable to go for something that could have worked out, but now Whale gonna take full advantage. Still living it out. That Nair won't steal the stock yet, and now Whale is gonna be able to recover. Yes, sir. Gonna get back on stage and recklessly just throwing out attacks. Oh, finally gonna pay off there.
Do you blame him? He got the stock.
Just gonna go for the reckless stuff right there. Why not?
Oh, there was no reason for that to be as tense as it needed to be.
Sometimes you just gotta go for it all and pray that something works. I mean, almost didn't work out right there for Whale. Going really deep, not being afraid whatsoever, but could cost him. I mean, if you're Isabelle right now, one thing you need to do is get center stage. How? I don't know. But just somehow get Min off stage as much as possible. Gonna be able to recover there. There. Getting off guard right there. 86 and then some. Already racked up in his final stock.
No, you can't go for grab that close in. It is way too punishable.
Nice catch with the fishing rod though. Bring him off stage. Ooh. And once again, yes sir, we'll steal the stock. One stock now, and anybody's game. All it takes is one good edge guard right now for Whale to steal the game. The reflector up smash to just push away the pebble from Isabelle. And now this is good positioning.
That was a really good air dodge, but he saved his jump. Oh, that was great. Well, didn't need to do it to him like that, but I'm really glad that he did. Oh, the shield poke! Oh, Ranger, big head!
That hurt.
Oh!
That hurt me. I'm not even like.
Oh, why did Animal Crossing characters have to have such comically large heads? I mean, good shield pressure, good awareness. Let this be your weekly PSA that you can angle your shield. It comes in handy sometimes.
I'm pretty sure if he angled it, that could have been a broken shield that we would have seen. So better to get hit than just be confused for a little bit before you just die in a black hole. So why not?
It's either you die or you die, but you have that chance of surviving. Might as well take it.
Yeah,
regardless.
Minimum doesn't give you much leverage when it comes to those kind of situations. So
not on Smashville at any rate. No, that stage is baller for Min. I'm very surprised that we saw it at all. But Mando did a good job of showing us why it's such a good stage for Min.
Even then, I mean, Whale did really good towards the end. Definitely bringing it back. I mean, we were seeing a lot of resiliency come to play, but a little bit too late, maybe. I guess it could have been that, or it just could have been that Min just had the stage control for having the stage in their favor. So it doesn't even matter because Town City is the name of the game now. Back at it once again. Now, Mando looking a little bit strong to start off.
Yeah, especially, it's funny when you see it, like, Min's, I guess, a zoner. A weird zoner, but a zoner nonetheless. And Isabelle, pretty, bog standard zoner as far as Smash Brothers gives us. So it's really silly to see, like, which one of them is doing the running away, because that kind of indicates which one of them is in charge of the pace of neutral. It's funny. It's like running to the ledge is very counterintuitive for a super majority of the cast. Yet these two characters, whoever's going there first is kind of inciting the other to approach. And Town and City, big stage that really does force an approach. One thing Mando's got to do, though, is really figure out the timing on these nairs. He's figured out that he can't just throw out the arms from ledge and, like, get anything done. But, like there, you pop one balloon, but that's it. A good reaction from the ledge or jumping off ledge, that's how you get rid of Isabelle.
Yeah, I mean, right now, just a lot of stage coverage right there. I mean, it's Min, of course. Oh, my goodness. Just going to get the reflecting hitbox right there and put Min in a bad predicament. I mean, I love the setups that Whale's trying to go for with Min. It's just, I don't think they're placed in the proper spot to, get a good ledge trap or frame trap in this case too, because any good frame trap could put Min in a great deal of a disadvantage. Just allowing him to recover back on stage. You see the low recovery, but yet you see Isabelle just jumping off stage as if Min's going to recover high. No, nothing there. Ooh, that could have been bad. Nice patience right there. Nice patience. Kind of sucks the eye there. I don't think should have killed, but we take those nonetheless.
I don't think I've ever seen Min's Dare Trip. That's a new one.
Yeah. I guess once she's on top of your head and she goes through, why not? I mean, there's a 50-50 chance that it could happen, but yeah, never seen that happen before. Could have been the shockwave hitbox.
Listen, regardless, we both saw it. Didn't really do much for Mando as well, managed to take a stock off the board. And a really good string of projectiles here is continuing that pressure. Oh, we are in the air, though. We are in the air, and Whale is not having a good time.
Wow. If it didn't go one way, it's going to go the other way, says Mando. And now has Isabelle in a really bad spot in terms of percentage. And just at the ledge, I mean, Whale trying really hard to get these setups that he wants, but it seems like Mando is just ready for everything. He's going to throw out the arms left and right. Oh my goodness, you did not have to do that, man.
No, I had, because we saw right before then the Chakram came out, so I'm anticipating that was supposed to be Chakram there, and that from out deep, that might have been just a little bit of with DI. Regardless, Mondo's going to be able to take this game, and I don't know, Gabe. It's kind of messy, but we are looking at the 2-0 count. Mando on tournament point.
Yeah. Anybody's set to win either way. I mean, we saw what Will was able to perform in the last set before getting the reset. So, yeah, anyone's game. I really do feel like Whale just has to do a little bit more adapting. I mean, we're seeing a lot more aggression coming in from Mando for sure. Like, he's just not afraid to throw out stuff and praying that it works. I mean, also, although he goes for pretty unorthodox grabs because he's really close to Isabelle to be going for those kind of moves, and you have better options to go for, I do have to respect it because he's just really, it really goes to show you the only reason he's going for it is because he knows that he's conditioning Whale to just start holding shield a lot longer to either break his shield or get him in a shield poke position.
I think my only issue with the close-up grabs is just like how much lag is on them. Like, the recovery frames are not very forgiving to close-up grab for Min. So I think Mando does have to be a bit more choosy with those burst options, but as I brought up earlier, like, Min doesn't really have a lot of burst options. Mando's kind of strapped for buttons to press when Isabelle is right there. So he's going to take what he can get. Right now, Whale's taking a very confident lead into this Game 3, but I think one thing that's been consistent about this Grand Finals is just seeing out, like, can Whale keep this lead?
I mean, we've been seeing that a lot from both these players. When one is winning, you can't really count out the other because they're just ready to bring it back. Resiliency has been a key factor for both these players. Just not being afraid to go in, never give up attitude is what we've been seeing from both these players, especially Whale. But I love what I'm seeing now. He's just getting in Min's face, not being afraid whatsoever. Trying to use a little bit more of the back airs and fairs to, just space their options to find a way to get in. But what you're seeing a lot more of is I'm going to throw out jabs, I'm going to throw out F-tilts, anything to get you off stage and get enough percentage to a point where you're just going to be in a bad predicament. If I get you off stage, I know I can kill you a lot earlier because you're going to be sent a lot farther. Oh,
the up smash placed just the wrong spot. A lot of difficulty with capping out this stock, and even though Whale spent a ton of time off stage, a little bits of damage here and there are looking very nice.
Why is he just throwing? He threw like 5 up smashes in a row.
Yo, my man's trying. He wants this dog dead. He's had quite enough of Isabelle buttons. And like, people often tell me that I'm very optimistic about these characters in regards to the Animal Crossing characters, but like in regards to fighting Min, I truly do feel that once you find a comfortable way to navigate into the dead zone of Min's coverage, any character can really do it to Min. And I think it's taken quite a beating for Whale to get there. But Whale is starting to figure out where they're allowed to press their buttons, and now Mando's kind of struggling with covering that space because if he's not too choosy with his buttons, there's just an Isabelle there.
I see right now, Will doing a really good job. A beautiful usage of Dragon right there to prevent. Oh, never mind. Lloyd Mine.
Oh no.
Beautiful catch right there with the Lloyd Mine to seal the stock, and now one stock sitting away from Whale getting one game at least in the set. Potentially, the momentum can be shifted right now if Whale is able to get this win. But nice usage of the up smash to reflect.
Bro, the pot fly through there is so funny. It's such a funny visual.
Cartoon animation, bro. Like, you love to see it. I mean, you love to see the sense of humor.
Oh. No, if not for the regrab, I was going to say that was actually really smart, but Whale was just caught messing around just a little too much, and now finds himself in a position. Oh no, back throw, we've already got the power to ped.
Ram
Cash it.
Clutch right there. This is not good. No!
You're wild for it, and you get the tournament for it.
You gotta respect.
Amazing reactions. Mando manages to do it after a very hard-fought Grand Finals into the reset. Mando says, that's enough. This is my DNA.EXE, and you're here for the ride.
I honestly felt it coming, especially after he didn't get the tech on that Nair. But you really do hate to see it end like that. I mean, it's definitely a stylish way to go out. I mean, in terms of Mando taking...
That was so ballsy, too. Like, if he whipped it, I think he was dead at 6. I think? Like, on the real, like, no fear, no thoughts, head empty, no fear. Like, the win was his. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah,
I
that
weep
recap
for
really did
Whale
help.
because that delay was so good on that stock, but that was really the beginning of the end. Yeah, no, right there, that missed attack was so rough, and then he was actually. I would love to have had the visualization of the hitboxes in that situation. Chris, can you run that one more time? Just the finisher. So we've got the back throw, no follow-up hit. Dash attack into forward smash may have been able to do it. This right here, that right there. I don't know if the sweet spot of that down air would have hit if not for the first balloon extending that hitbox. Because Min was quite a good deal away from Isabelle's face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at the splash screen, Min's not making contact with Isabelle.
Yep. No, yeah, definitely.
You know, I said it too. I said the balloons were going to extend the hitbox to end the set. I didn't think it was going to end tonight's tournament with it. God damn, do I hate this. It's such a bad recovery, yeah.
You really want to see it, man. It's just more of like that's a 50-50 kind of situation because although the balloons did kind of extend the hitbox of that down air, I mean,
it was still a very rough stock. Like, at the end, like, Mando was playing like he already had it. He looked like he was taking his victory lap. And whether he knew the down air was going to get it done or not, it is what got it done. And because of that, Mando is tonight's DNA.EXE champion.
Well-deserved win right there for Mando. Did it really well in this bracket. I mean, if we just look at it, I mean, I think he's only lost, let's see. I mean, aside from the one set that he lost, I mean, all out, I mean, he just went on a rampage. He only lost one game to J-Grunt, aside from his
Well managed to reset grand finals, but beyond that, J-Grunt was the only person able to put a dent in Mando, so good on him. A very strong display of why you need to study Min. You can complain about the character all you want. Anyone could admit she's kind of BS, but every character has a fault in this game, and it's your job as a competitor to do your research, figure out how your character can get it done. Because Isabelle versus Min, that is not a good matchup for Isabelle by any stretch. But what made that matchup look incredibly doable and still managed to get a set on to Mando. So let that be a lesson to everyone listening, and that you could do it too. You just need to do your homework and practice.
Yeah, every character can have their advantages and or disadvantages, but it's not about what the character has. It's more of what the player is able to do with what that character has. Whatever character you play, I mean, me being a Yoshi main and having to deal with swordies like almost 80% of the time in brackets, I mean, it's not the best feeling in the world, but you learn. You learn to adapt to it. It's something that doesn't really revolve around the character. It just revolves around the player. And as you mentioned, Whale did a phenomenal job against Mando. It's just Mando was the clear winner, just took advantage of what he had and used it to perfection to take this grand finals.
And with that, that'll be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining myself and Gabe. If you'd like to follow us on social media, we got our socials right on these little names over here. Thank you so much for tuning in to Master Hand Gaming, because you know you can catch us every week with DNA.EXE. But for now, have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone.